Hello, my lovely viewers, and welcome. I am Kira, a romantic ace, and tonight we are streaming Chapter 7 of the Royal Romance, Book 1. If you haven't joined me before, welcome! I drink and I cuss. If you want to play the drinking game along with me, the rules are right here underneath the player over at twitch.tv/aromanticace. For those of you watching the VOD, Echo clearly has a whole setup tonight, so this should get good. Hi, Echo! Also, if you haven't joined us before, so the story so far, we are playing as Kira, a New York City waitress who was trafficked to the Western European country of Cordonia in Book 1 after we were the waitress to the informal bachelor party of then Crown Prince Shamar. Apparently, us kidnapping him and taking him to the Statue of Liberty as was his only request for his bachelor party, which, all of his friends failed to accommodate, qualified us to come and compete for his hand over the course of a social season, which is a few months during which the future monarch of Cordonia has to choose their co-regent who will have political power. We're clearly qualified for this. Uh, so we survived that, the masquerade balls and the derbies and the croquet and the tea parties and sexual assault. And that one came back to bite us at the end of Book 1, where someone released photographs of the encounter wherein a guy walked into our room while we were half naked and attempted to kiss us against our will. So all of Book 2 was spent attempting to clear our name and find out who was behind the setup, because we found out that the other guy involved was also there under false pretenses, had been led to believe that we were into him. Fully admitted this did not excuse his behavior. Once we found him, he issued a statement that exonerated us. We also found out that the man behind it all was King Father Constantine, who for some reason, I can't imagine why he thinks this New York City waitress might not be qualified to help run a country. It's a mystery, y'all. I'm stymied. So, book 2 ended. We were engaged to the prince now. He's the king now. He's been king for 2 books. Well, book and 7 chapters. Everything's fine, except I wish I was kidding, but ninjas jumped out of the walls and tried to kill us. Drake took a bullet for us. I regret to inform my lovely viewers that Drake is still alive, but Book 3 has been spent attempting to heal the fractured kingdom that didn't know was fractured, but apparently it is now. The nobility don't want to come to our wedding because it's too dangerous, because, ninjas jumped out of the wall the last time we showed up, so maybe y'all ain't so good with your security. And the ninjas turned apple assassins. They have burned the orchard at Applewood, setting Cordonia's apple industry back by at least 100 years. That's awesome. So, yeah, we dealt, that was last week. We spent going and attempting to assuage everyone's concerns over that. It's okay. Your families are only out of work for the rest of your lives. So, yeah. With that, we will get started. I have my treat coconut milk. So I am allergic to dairy, so I cannot have dairy from any kind of mammal. But I can have coconut milk, and not all coconut milks are created equal. This is like people who talk about, different waters taste different. Different coconut milk, some are undrinkable. So delicious coconut milk, it tastes like it's been burned. But my favorite is Silk Original because it's really, really fatty compared to other coconut milks. And so it's very creamy and very thick and very sweet. But it's like a treat. It's kind of like the closest I can get to a milkshake without a lot of effort. So that's what I have tonight. And medication, and hopefully I won't pass out due to panic like I did at my friend's party this weekend. I can also have almond milk. I like almond milk on my cereal. I had coconut milk on my cereal exactly once, and I will never do it again. That was way too sweet. Even for like, I was like Cheerios or something. Even for a bland cereal, nope, no thank you. Not, no, no thank you. But yeah, almond milk I like too. I've got a bunch of almond milk sitting in my fridge, but it's, like I said, it's for my cereal basically. So with that, the stinger for Chapter 7 says you're off to Kiara's estate for an international art and food festival. Will the festivities help you rally the support you need? Let's find out! Ah, they switched it back to the other intro music. I forgot to turn on my microphone anyway. The intro, now I'm kind of bummed. The intro music for last week was this same theme, but it was very subdued, and like befitting of the fact that we were going to the scene of a tragedy. And like, I kind of liked it better for this book because this book is very heavy by comparison to the others. So yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. It's fine like it is. Yep, because that one doesn't turn the page. Ace, what the hell? Okay, so, Chapter 7, Haute Couture. Oh, so punny. I think it was too crowded. I've had people suggesting that I wasn't eating enough. I do have an eating disorder, but I have been in nominally higher stress situations when I was much, much skinnier and much, much less healthy, and this still didn't happen. But the difference with this place is it was very noisy, very echoey because of the way the furnishings were, and I think that did it. Cause yeah, it was multiple times, and then I kind of like took my meds and just kind of sat and read, and even while I was reading, I was still nervous and just waited for it to be over. So yeah. Once the meds kicked in, I was fine, but I had friends like, "Are you gonna be able to drive home?" I'm like, "I don't panic when I'm driving. I know how to drive. I don't know how to be around people." All right. After an unexpected detour to Applewood, you're on your way to Kiara's estate. Madeline and Maxwell join you in the train's boutique. The M's are here! Okay, team, huddle up! It's not the moment. There's no need for that. And even if there were, I work for Kira, not you. I don't know, who's paying you, Madeline? Am I paying you? Because if I'm not paying you and House Beaumont is, you technically work for them. So if I asked you to get in a huddle with us, Madeline's only response is an arched eyebrow. Just checking. Gotta know our boundaries. So, what's today's agenda? Lay it on me. We'll be arriving at Kiara's estate shortly for tomorrow's International Arts and Food Festival. You do remember Kiara, I hope? Oh, wow, Madeline, ouch. And you, take a drink. I know she's not technically our rival anymore, but drink anyway. Or eat M&Ms. The number of M&Ms is up to you. Of course I remember her. We can say, I love Kiara. She's one of the more stuck-up noble women. We're standing right in front of Madeline. Also, take a drink for the judginess for that, and the next one, actually. Because the last option says, it's hard to ignore someone who constantly speaks French. Is it, though? Because, like, if you're in France, everybody speaks French, so what the hell? Okay, I love Kiara. I love Kiara. You can always count on her for an interesting conversation. She's very smart. Indeed, she's one of the more competent noblewomen at court. I've prepared notes on Kiara's family. I recall that you struggled with the dossier last time, so I've endeavored to make this more accessible for you. Which is good. I have a feeling she means this, in your typical condescending manner of, oh, you poor sweet child, but like you're responding to the fact that your client didn't do well with your format, so like, okay. Yeah, Kiara's cool. Like, she kind of keeps Penelope in line just a little bit, and she's been rather nondescript, but not bad, and certainly not like inconsiderate. So instead of a binder, she hands you a large stack of note cards. Oh, honey, I'm gonna lose those. Oh no. This is different. How? Well, they're note cards. I made bullet points. Literally, the only thing I'm taking issue with here is the actual format. So, like, I mean, maybe they're held together by one of those like key rings, those like big rings. Those are nice. I like those. There are over 100 cards here. You're giving us these now? Yeah, this is the problem, is like Madeline is supposed to be pretty competent, but like it made sense when it was Maxwell giving us most of the information because you could believe that he always left it to the last minute. But Madeline is portrayed as a very organized and forward-thinking person, and the plot demands that she still basically acts the same way, and it sucks. They took all night to prepare. Surely this will be easy for you to peruse at your leisure. Your leisure, is what I think she would say. Yeah, what, all 15 minutes before the train gets there? Never mind, I'll give you a summary. 100 note card. They've got like the really big ones. I've seen my professors use them for stuff. When they're trying to keep track of their own notes, basically. One of my professors still uses note cards where I work, and yeah, like there's the really big, like, you look like you're holding the keys to Hogwarts, but they're note cards. Also, I think Kira's exaggerating, but that's just me. In addition to being a duke, Kiara's father, Hakim, is one of Cordonia's most long-established diplomats. He's kind of a big deal. Bertrand invited the family to a couple Beaumont bashes, but Hakim's never shown up, always making excuses like border treaties this or economic summit that. Yes. That pesky politics getting in the way of fun. Then there's Kiara's mother, Joelle. She's an award-winning painter who has used her art connections to solidify alliances for Cordonia. Yeah, all y'all sitting here like, oh, an art major is useless. Apparently this woman is literally creating political boundaries with it, so just saying. Is anyone in this family not a world-class negotiator? Oh, yeah, not the little ones, the nice chunky ones. Yeah, those ones. They're awesome. Kiara's older brother, perhaps. He's not very well known at court, or anywhere outside their duchy, for that matter. Excellent, he's the one I want to talk to. Okay, so I have to impress a career diplomat, a famous artist, and a mysterious brother. I don't know, you've already got Kiara. Like, really, you're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Any suggestions? Madeline begins searching through the racks of dresses in the boutique. Yeah, I ain't gonna be impressing them with my clothes, Madeline. You can just write that one off right now. In the social spheres Hakim and Joelle frequent, acknowledging another country's flag is a sign of respect. Acknowledging their house colors is sure to make a good impression. This game is, like, really on that this time. And don't forget their adorable house crest. Why is it a poodle? It should be a poodle. I'd advise against calling a centuries-old crest adorable to Kiara's face. Does Kiara think it's adorable? Because, like, you know you can find your own house's centuries-old crest adorable. What is it? It's not my fault that our ancestors picked a cute owl for their symbol. Boobo! Oh, is it Boobo? If you can work that into an outfit, I'll be impressed. Have you heard of jewelry, Kira? See? Little owl cuff. This is Showstopper, a dazzling and worldly look to show off your cultured side for 20 diamonds. Yeah, I ain't buying that, but let's gawk at it. Oh! I was not predicting the fadeaway bottom there. Okay. What is this made out of? Is that fabric? Is that gonna be uncomfortable when I sit down? Because that looks like it might be uncomfortable when I sit down. Or I'm gonna, like, scrunch it up and then it's gonna look really weird in the back, you know? One thing for sure, it makes my hips look bigger than my boobs, and now my attention's all on my hips. The little owl band is cute, though. I'll give them that. The little owl band is cute. But I would sooner wear the flapper dress than this. So we're gonna just stick at, like, if their house color is black and silver, I'm wearing a black dress, it's fine. Yeah, the fadeaway, I've worn dresses that short, so that doesn't, like, I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was gonna be solid all the way down. But it does mean that you have to really consider how you move and sit in that dress. Because that's just gonna do nothing but bunch up. So yeah, we're gonna go with our little black dress. We're gonna do that. Ta-da! I appreciate the effort, but I'd rather keep it simple today. At least black is their house color. I suppose it'll have to do. Yes, it will. Is there anything else you can tell me about this festival? Artistic feuds to avoid? Food to get excited about? Ooh, good question, actually. Oh, please tell me there'll be funnel cake. But okay, is funnel cake a thing outside the US? Any of my viewers from outside the US or have spent significant amount of time outside the US can chime in. And if it is, do they call it funnel cake? Or is this like us calling football soccer? I can make no promises about the menu, but above all else, this will be an international event. Visitors come from far and wide to show off their country's arts and delicacies, and share in Cordonia's in turn. Yeah, so that whole apple orchard burning thing, that's gonna be bad for future years, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's an annual testament to the work that Hakim and Joelle do, so showing interest in the festivities will demonstrate enthusiasm about their efforts. Alright, what's their major problem we've got to solve? That's what I'm waiting on. Enjoy some food, compliment some paintings. I can handle that. There's a loud whistle outside as the train starts to slow. Yeah, look it up, because my internet won't accommodate me doing both streaming and looking up. So yeah, we were supposed to peruse these 100-some note cards in, about 15 minutes before the train stopped at... Alright. We're here! A motorcade carries you and your friends from the train to the sunlit grounds of a chateau. Oh, it looks very nice. It's good to see you, Kira. Do we not travel on the same train? When was the last time you saw me? 5 minutes ago? Shamar slips his hand into yours and quickly kisses you on the cheek as everyone else takes in the surroundings. Well, I have a feeling Kira's taking in some surroundings, if you know what I mean. I, personally, am taking in the actual surroundings. so this is Kiara's home. Oh, Drake's wearing his fancy clothes. Like, not the suit, but the fancy clothes. Look at that. Ooh. I was expecting more flags. Maybe signs in a couple dozen languages. Wow, jerk. Take a drink. We all know you like her. Huh, you haven't seen the inside yet. Why, Olivia, do you know something we don't? The front door opens, and Kiara descends the stairs to greet you, accompanied by a young man. You're here! Bienvenue! Oh yeah, by the way, this is where you get to hear my god-awful French accent for the entire stream. You're welcome. I'm so sorry. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna guess you're supposed to be her brother. With the nice comb-over thing happening. Your Majesty, Duchess Kira, it's an honor to have you at our home. Oh, Shamar, why would you do this to me? No, oh god, okay. Here we go. Tous les plaisirs est pour nous. I think. I probably just said something awful. I'm trying. I do Spanish way better. I do German way better. French is weird. It's nice to finally visit your home. Oh, you're both too kind. And, Drake. Drake. You look... I mean, that suits you. Ah, Kiara's lost for words. Yeah, I see where this is going. It's better than the Drake-Olivia pairing. Drake awkwardly tugs at his collar, trying not to meet her gaze. There are desserts that are like funnel cake or the equivalent of it in Asia and Germany, but it's more or less an American dessert. Germany was going to be my guess the more I thought about it, but yeah, I was going to really be surprised if they called it funnel cake. But more or less an American dessert. Okay, so this is... this is us either calling the German dessert funnel cake or just completely ignoring the fact that other cultures exist. Yay! Yep. That's what suits are for. How are you feeling, Kiara? We heard you were hurt in the attack. Oh, I'm glad Kira remembers, because that was like 50 years ago. What a terrifying night, no? This is not how you write multilingual people, by the way. The linguistic structure there makes sense, though what a terrible night. No, that makes sense, but you don't just, like, slide in and out like that. But I was lucky. After some time resting at home, I am back in one piece. Are you going to introduce me to your friends, Kiara, or should I start guessing names? I want you to start guessing names, because I want to see where you go with this. I mean, she gave away the Duchess part, so... I'm so sorry. Where are my manners? Everyone, this is my brother, Ezekiel. Wow, okay. It's nice to meet you. Kiki told me all about you guys. Oh, guess what Drake's gonna be calling her later? Gah. Still better than Olivia. Ezekiel, we can say, what did she tell you? Funny, she never mentioned a brother. Or, back up, Kiki? We're gonna skate right over the fact that, shocking, her family might call her something other than her formal given name, and also not be rude. What did she tell you? Let's see. She told me how nice Shamar is. Kiara sounds like a bit of a wild card. She said there's a would-be breakdancer, a pretty trivia champion, a hot one named Drake. Yeah! Zeke? Yeah, too late. Too late. He was sitting on that one. He was waiting for that. He knew what he was doing. Kiara visibly stops herself from burying her face in her hands. Ezekiel loudly clears his throat. Nah, he planned that. Don't even act like he's sorry. He's not sorry. This brother is not sorry. So, anyway, Duchess Kira, it's an honor to have you and King Shamar here. Yeah, said that already, but okay, thank you. This is basically Dad's dream come true. Not that he's the only one who wants to see you all. Obviously, Ezekiel, honey, breathe. It's okay. We're humans. A little less talking, Zeke. More smiling. Oh my god, she literally just told her brother to smile more. I love it. There's a crunch of gravel as another car pulls up in front of the chateau. Penelope steps out, holding 2 leashes in her hand. Yes, it is completely normal for siblings to tease each other. That's why I'm cracking up at like, oh yeah, no, he totally didn't mean to do that. Yeah, no, he did. He totally did. So Penelope's here with her poodles, yay! Sorry I'm late. I had to take the dogs for a quick walk after that train ride. Yes, you did. Also, where's Oliver? You make me happy. I don't blame them. I could use a walk right now. Salute, Penelope. Hi! Penelope not even trying. I love it. Penelope rushes over to hug Kiara, nearly lifting her off her feet. I love it. Mon Dieu! You're stronger than you look! That coat texture, that poise. Kiara, you didn't tell me Penelope's dogs were purebred miniature poodles? I can't say I noticed. Well, she didn't have the dogs with her the last time she was at court, so frankly, has Kiara ever seen them? And really, Penelope just kept saying poodles, so that could mean standard poodle, that could mean miniature, that could mean mutt. Like, honestly. Merlin and Morgana will shake your hand if you'd like. They're very good dogs. Oh my god, I want to see this. Ezekiel's face lights up for just a moment before he puts on a more polite expression. No, Zeke. You be excited about those dogs. Thanks, but maybe later. Oh no, honey, are you allergic? No. We should head inside. The cocktail reception's just beginning. Excellent. Cocktails. Gimme. While the others head toward the house, Shamar quickly pulls you aside. Kira, I have some news that might affect our visit. Oh boy. Alright, here we go. Kiara's family was expecting my father to attend the festival, but he had to return to the palace to rest. Oh, is this gonna be our, crisis that we have to avert? His doctors say he's getting worse. Uh-oh. There's that moment where I have to, fight whether I need to be concerned about this jackass that completely ruined my reputation, or for my partner's father. Tough. Okay, Zeke's not allergic. Okay, that makes me feel better. I'm so sorry, Shamar. You rest your hand on his arm, and he smiles at you, clearly grateful for the reassurance. To be honest, it's a relief to talk to someone about it. But as worried as I am for him, I'm also worried that his absence will raise questions. Yeah, okay, here's the thing. He's not the king anymore. We can just say he's sick. Came down with the flu or something. Everything's gonna be fine. We can just do that, but whatever. He still hasn't publicly discussed the extent of his illness, and until he does, if he does, I could use your help deflecting any questions. Oh boy. Alright, here we go. Shamar, we can say, don't worry, no one will even notice he's gone, which I doubt, or I'm great at coming up with elaborate excuses. I'm gonna go with that second one, because people are gonna notice. We can say he had to go on a yoga retreat. Maybe his horoscope told him his sign was in the wrong quadrant for important meetings. How superstitious is your dad? Or, I know, he needed to wash his hair. Okay. Shamar chuckles. Oh, yes. He misses affairs of state for the sake of personal hygiene all the time. Mm-hmm. My point is, I'll help you cover for him. Thank you, Kira. I know I'm in good hands. Yeah, you are. You catch up to the others in a bright sitting room. Several elegantly dressed guests are already milling around, each with a cocktail in hand. Stardew, I am I am not familiar. I assume that's Stardew Valley? I'm not familiar with either one, so yeah, that pesky send key is often right where I don't want it to be. So yeah, why do I not have a cocktail in my hand? Wow, this place is like a museum. I still don't see any flags. Are you still on that, Drake? Oh my god. I thought the Globe Bar would be more your speed. Shut up, Olivia. Take a drink. Actually, I'm sneering. Ah. Just then, two men walk up to greet you. One new and one familiar. Francesco! So now you get to hear my awful Italian accent next. Buon pomeriggio. Going with that. Ah, here are our guests of the hour. Stardew Valley. I made my farm way too big and now I'm spending half the day watering my crops. Yeah, I got that with the Facebook game Happy Pets. I got way too many animals and there were the ferrets just procreated. Like, oh my god, every time I turned around there were like two more ferrets. So, yeah. I got some really interesting color combinations, though, because I just let them go and I let them permutate. So, yeah. King Shamar, Duchess Kira, I believe you've met Francesco. And this is my father, Duke Hakim of... Okay. Castle Cerulean. Alright, there we go. Got it. Welcome, everyone. And thank you for coming, Your Majesty. I hope your journey was comfortable. I'm pushing my voice here. A pleasant trip to a pleasant destination. Excellent. And I presume this is Duchess Kira. It's good to finally make your acquaintance. Likewise. I hear Her Grace has taken the lead in rallying the Cordonian spirit. See, it comes out Transylvanian, I don't know why. Shamar and I are doing our best. I didn't realize the Unity Tour was international news. I mean, considering you'd never heard of Cordonia, I doubt it's that international. It's probably like European Union news. Yes, I could watch accent tags to, try to get my accents right, but I don't. I'm sorry. It is for those of us with an interest in Cordonian politics. How lucky for the kingdom that it has you on its side. Thank you. I must say, Hakim, I was on the fence about attending this festival. But my partner spoke so highly of the artists that I simply had to see it for myself. I trust we'll make the trip worth your while. I want to meet your partner, Francesco. I want the rep. We shall see. I'm making my decision on the International Art Association after the festival, and no sooner. I mean, that's probably fair, though, honestly. What's the International Art Association? I don't say blah blah blah. Oh, that's what they mean by the globe bar. It's like hiding behind Francesco. Okay. It's a program that facilitates the sharing of cultures and ideas across borders. It's quite prestigious, but Cordonia's never been nominated for entry before. Oh, I see, okay. I know where I'm going. It took some doing, believe me. Francesco's a board member, so pending his approval, Cordonia is in. Yes, but even for personal friends, that approval must be earned. I'll see you tomorrow I'll see you for my assessment tomorrow, amico mio. Oh, okay, all right. Francesco bows politely to you, King Shamar, and the others, then wanders off to chat with some of the other guests. Speaking of tomorrow, is the King Father traveling separately? I thought he'd be with you, Your Majesty. Dude, I'm here. Shamar keeps a polite expression on his face, but you can see his body tense ever so slightly beside you. My father, is this gonna be timed? Here we go. Oh, okay. I did not know where that joke was from. I'm that person who walks around and goes, "How do you do, fellow kids?" I am not a fellow kid. I'm sorry. I'm afraid he won't be able to attend. Pardon? Okay, here we go. What is he gonna do? Okay. Oh, okay. This is this is basically where I was going with this. He sends his deepest apologies, but he simply wasn't feeling well enough. The surprise on Hakim's face turns to disappointment. I've invited him every year since we began hosting this festival a decade ago. This year, the first year we're eligible for the International Art Association, he gave me his word he would attend. Oh, damn it. Sorry, dude. I understand that the life of a king is a busy one, but it's a shame when an old friend breaks a promise. Well, yeah, and especially when you don't know the full extent of what's going on and don't know that there's a full extent of what's going on. It was a laugh that was like, did I just offend someone by accident? That was what that laugh was. Duke Hakim, we can say, there's always next year. We were the ones who convinced him to go home. Yeah, I don't feel like that's quite the right move. Or I didn't realize you were old friends. We're gonna change the subject a little bit. I didn't realize you were old friends. Oh yes. When he was crown prince, he attended some classes at the college where I was studying to join the foreign ministry. There we go. Get him talking about other shit. I could always count on him for a lively policy debate or a friendly drink. Ever since his coronation, however, we've only seen each other at official functions. He's never even visited our family's estate. Aww, that's sad. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, Your Grace. That has to be disappointing. Again, my father sends his deepest my blah blah. Wow, I'm projecting. Again, my father sends his apologies, and you have mine as well. But I'm afraid the decision has been made. Thank you, Your Majesty. I suppose the show must go on regardless. Hakim rubs the back of his head and sighs. Yeah, that kind of like self-soothing thing happening. On the bright side, this gives me an opportunity to get to know my other guests better. Oh, the Hotel Transylvania movie. Okay, yeah, I've seen that once. And yeah, I wouldn't really get references to it. It wasn't a bad movie, I've just only seen it once. Please, help yourself to some refreshments. Alright, now we can kind of get a good look at that global bar. That's not the best setup I've ever seen. It's kind of awkward, but it works. He waves over a server bearing a platter of various drinks. So do we go with whiskey? Do we go with, what is this, mint julep? What is this? Yep, mint julep. Or do we go with the tropical fruit punch thingy? Who are we kidding? Give me the whiskey. This calls for it. You help yourself to a glass of smooth whiskey. The rumors I've heard of your hospitality are true, Duke Hakim. I almost called him Drake, wow. I've always said that the first step to being a good diplomat is being a good host. And that means supplying booze, am I right? Now, let me see. You are Lady Hannah Lee, I believe? And young Maxwell Beaumont? Wow, is Hannah actually with us? Because has she even said a word yet? That's us. Then you must be Drake Walker. You've risked quite a lot for Cordonia. Uh-oh, Dad's impressed. I only met your father on a few occasions, but I'm sure he'd be proud. Oh, thank you. What about me? Oh, Penelope. It's good to meet you as well, Penelope. All of them get a proper greeting before Navrakis? Who's next, the dogs? Yes, Olivia. Yes, the dogs are next. Please greet the dogs, Hakim. Take a drink. Good cover, though. My apologies, Duchess Olivia. I thought someone from so powerful a family needed no introduction. Ha ha! Olivia blinks at him, caught off guard by the praise. Ha ha! Nailed it. That's all right. I'm glad the Navrakis reputation precedes me. Dude, you trumpeted it. All he had to do was flatter your ego. That's the most basic move. The most basic move. By the way, I hope that they show Hakim actually knowing how to negotiate instead of just this art of the deal BS, because that's not how you negotiate. Anyway. No wonder this guy's a diplomat. I mean, he's been in the business. Hakim turns back to you, his expression welcoming. I hope you're enjoying the reception so far, Duchess Kira. I mean, it's been pretty good. I got whiskey. We can say, always appreciate it when a host rolls out the red carpet, or was expecting more fireworks. No, I always appreciate it when a host rolls out the red carpet. Ezekiel glances quizzically at his father. He doesn't know what red carpet means? Please. Red carpet? I didn't realize the color scheme was so important. Oh no. Oh, Ezekiel, you're boy Penelope, aren't you? Oh. I can go find one. There might be something in the attic. It's an idiom, Ezekiel, and a compliment at that. I'm sorry, Your Grace. I'm not half the diplomat my dad is. It's fine, dude. Come on. It's okay. It's all right, Ezekiel. These things take time to learn. Hakim claps his son on the shoulder fondly. Ezekiel smiles at him, but the expression is strained. And to that end, I expect a full written analysis of any political details at the festival tomorrow. Oh my god, poor kid. Once your responsibilities there are concluded, Kira and I were hoping you and your family would attend our wedding. We are trying to rally Cordonia's spirits, and we can't do that without the help of its leaders. Plus, you might be able to see your friend again, I'm just saying. Your attendance would mean more than you know. Oh no, your game crashed! Lame. An invitation to your wedding. Your Majesty, Your Grace, I'm deeply honored. If the timing were different, I'd accept in a heartbeat. But unfortunately, we've already made other plans. What? Plans that are more important than unifying the country? Kira, you don't know what they are yet. Certainly not more important, but difficult to change on short notice. Dude, what makes you think this wedding is happening, within a year? This is like a year out. Come on. I'm expected at a legal summit in Switzerland, along with my family. We must leave as soon as tomorrow's festival is concluded. How long can this summit be? Yeah. Okay, whatever. You'd be fine without me, Dad. Really, I could just call in from. Actually, this sounds great. It sounds like a perfect opportunity for Ezekiel to get some training wheels. Send him to the wedding. I like this plan. Yeah, man. There we go. We've discussed this, Ezekiel. Researching the summit proposals will be excellent practice for you. Are you another parent projecting your dreams onto your child who might not want it? Oh dear. There's so many of you. Ezekiel nods, not meeting his father's eyes as he stuffs his hands in his pockets. Oh, poor baby. No. Again, I am so sorry to disappoint, but canceling our plans now would be quite difficult. Again, how long is this summit? We've still got a whole country to unify. Won't you have to cancel if we get into the International Art Association, Father? Yeah, ooh, getting called out. All the paperwork and confirmation meetings. No point in making assumptions, Kiara. Despite our friendship, Francesco's a notoriously exacting judge. I've been planning every detail of the festival for weeks just to impress him. Oh, so you're saying I shouldn't screw it up in front of him. Okay, cool. Shamar shoots you a significant look, a small smile on his face. Hakeem, we can say, don't pack your bags just yet, or I get what you're I get what you're asking. Do we though? Do we get what he's asking? Maybe we do. Okay, I get what you're asking. Message received. She does not get what he's asking. I don't follow. Just know that tomorrow's festival will be awesome. That's the goal, yes. He's completely confused. I love it. Then we're on the same page. Yeah, we have plans. I don't know what the plans are, but I should see to my other guests, but thank you again for coming. Kiara and Ezekiel can show you to their rooms after they've given you the grand tour. Excellent, grand tour, I love it. Look at this fireplace, look at the swords, I love it. Hakeem bows and quickly vanishes into the crowd. Kiara walks over to sit on one of the couches, sighing, where you all join her. You didn't tell me you were going away, Kiara. If this art association thing doesn't work out, are you seriously gonna leave? It wasn't my idea, but Father was invited to the summit, and after I was wounded in the attack at the palace, he thought it would be nice for all of us to get away. Yes, let's haul my family out of the country after my daughter was wounded in an assassination attempt. Yeah, this sounds like, nice, relaxing family travel to me. Totally not like a political move. Kiara, look. Travel plans or no, we can say, you can't leave at a time like this, which, she can. Or, I know you want to do what's best for Cordonia, which, yeah, that second one. I don't blame your dad for making other plans, but you were always one of the smartest people at court. You get what nobles leaving the country will look like to our attackers, right? Yeah, and her father would too, so... What? So, no matter how things go tomorrow, I think you'll do the right thing. Wow, that was oddly pressuring. Kiara wrings her hands, her brow furrowing as she weighs your words. You're right. This is my home. I've dreamed of serving in the foreign ministry since I was old enough to pronounce its name, which for Kiara was honestly probably when she was about 2. She's not kidding. When she was 5, she was already drafting trade treaties with me over our toys. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Going off to Switzerland won't do Cordonia or my dreams any good. Ooh, oh wow, we've got her convinced already? Damn, that was easy. I didn't even have to do anything. I'll stay. Ticket cancellation policies be damned. Wow, okay, cool. So we gained Kiara's support by doing literally nothing at all. Thanks, Kiara. We really need all the support we can get. Well, I mean, I guess if we'd have said you can't leave at a time like this, like, maybe she wouldn't have, but, yeah, we didn't really do anything. What about your support, Ezekiel? Yeah, you should stay. You should stay. Come to a wedding. Come drink. Come dance. Mine? Yes, yours. You're a person too, with thoughts and feelings. The question seems to catch him off guard. Before he can respond, Kiara speaks up with an apologetic smile. I wouldn't get your hopes up, Your Majesty. He might be heir to our estate, but my brother's never taken much interest in courtly politics. Yeah, is that because you've been telling him he shouldn't? He is, however, a decent tour guide if you'd like to see the rest of the estate. Wow, way to throw your brother under the bus there, Kiara. Jeez. Anyone up for some fresh air? Sure. Ruff! Yo, puppies! Where's Oliver? Then follow me. I suppose the humans don't get a say in this. Well then fucking sit here and be grumpy, Olivia. Shut up. Take a drink. She is being a pill today. What's going on? Kiara and Ezekiel lead you out through the back of the chateau. You cross a well-manicured lawn to a hillside overlooking rows upon rows of grapevines. Heard it through the grapevine. Sorry. This is all yours? Excellent. Wine country. Every single vine. Mother imported the soil from her childhood home in Loire okay, hang on. Bois, just to grow this varietal of grape. Wow, that's some commitment. I didn't know your mom was French. Wait, why did you think she spent half her time speaking French, Maxwell? This explains a lot. Like the name Joelle. Ezekiel leads you across the patio, where you see a woman standing to one side, paintbrush in hand, easel and canvas in front of her. Also, her mother's nationality seems like something Madeline should have put in the briefing. Just saying. She stays poised for a moment, then makes a confident flurry of brushstrokes. Okay, sure. Maman, is this a good time? Attend! There! She's happy. Okay, cool. After 2 more decisive brushstrokes, she sets her brush down. You catch a brief glimpse of the painting before she turns the easel away from view. It is an apple, and it is a very delicious-looking apple. Ah, our guests have arrived. Magnifique. Yeah, see, French, y'all. Everyone, this is our mother, Joelle. Like, literally, do you remember, like, all the way back when, whose line is it anyway? Like, the original one in the US, there was, you'll find it anytime they do, like, best of scenes from a hat. Usually they drew, things that scare, fear factor for celebrities, I think is what the actual draw was. And Ryan Stiles walked out and went, did you say a French accent? Like, yeah, I can't do it. French and Irish is also deceptively difficult. I can Irish I can do a little bit better, but French, oh my god. Yeah. So tough. So sorry I wasn't there to greet you, my dears. When the muse calls, it's just impossible. It's just. You know what? No, it's just impossible to hear anything else. You understand, I'm sure. I'm sensing a kindred spirit. Oh god, Maxwell. You didn't have to hide your work. I would have loved to see it. Okay, but if she's not ready, she's not ready. Joelle laughs warmly and pats Hannah on the shoulder. Oh, not before it's finished. I can't stand spoilers. But if all goes well, you'll see it in the festival tomorrow. How exciting! Joelle surveys the rest of you. She curtsies briefly to King Shamar, and then her gaze falls on you. All my accents either turn British or Southern. Yeah, I'm like everything turns like Russian or Eastern European with me. It's really weird. Like I can't not do that one, even though yes, I know people from that part of the world, but I don't like work with them. Or they just sound like I came right out of Philly. Yeah, like yeah, I can do my Southern accent is okay, but it's very like blasé Southern USA and not like I don't do a good regional dialect. And my British is kind of the same way. I tried to pull a British accent once and it came out like London and Cockney, and then like I was talking to a guy from the UK. It was for a game, and he goes, "But the one thing you didn't do was Australian," and I was like, "Yes, because I know what Australian sounds like, and I know what North Australian sounds like." Which is what can sometimes come off sounding British. And yes, I know how to not do that one. Joelle surveys the rest of you. She curtsies briefly to King Shamar, and then her gaze falls on you. You must be the Duchess Kira I've heard so much about. See, I can't, it's Russian now, I don't know why. More good things than bad ones, I hope. About that. A little of column A, a little of column B, but I trust my own judgment over that of the rumor mill. I'm curious. Do you share Lady Hannah's artistic interest? I mean, I like art, if that's what you mean. We can say, have always loved paintings, am more into art you can wear, or don't really get art. No, I've always loved paintings. If it involves pigment on canvas, I'm in. And by that I mean Bob Ross. I'm a big fan of Bob Ross. Likewise. It's remarkable how a deliberate series of brushstrokes can perfectly capture a feeling. Kiara, you should have told me these two were connoisseurs. I must get your thoughts on the art opening tomorrow. Oh yeah, when you say connoisseur, what does that mean to you, Joelle? But speaking of tomorrow, we should save my husband from the last of the preparations. I adore the man, but he has the color sense of a rabbit. Oh dear. You know, she reminds me in the like face shape. She reminds me of Gina Torres, and I'm here for it. Like the rest of like the area around her nose and mouth doesn't fit, but the overall shape of her face fits. Perhaps Ezekiel could share some house wines with you while Kiara and I handle the rescue mission. Right now? There's a documentary on custom canine orthotics I wanted to... Ooh, I'd love to stay and watch the sunset. You could watch the documentary on your phone. Maybe. Oh, then sure. How about I open a few bottles for everyone to try? Aww. Yes, Bob Ross is all over the school. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I saw on Twitter someone had posted like their dachshund and they had it in like a little blue shirt with the the wig, and they had a little painting, and they called him Dog Ross, and yes, yes, all the yes. Mm-hmm. So accommodating. I like this new side of you, Zeke. Yeah, he's trying to impress the girl with the dogs, Kiara. Come on. While the others quiz Ezekiel about wine options, Shamar walks over to you. This might be a good chance to sample some wines for our wedding. Ooh, I like your plan. I like your sneaky little plan. I'm told you should never cater your drinks sight unseen. And while everybody's busy enjoying their drinks, we might be able to sneak a moment or two alone. Ah ha ha! Us alone with wine. I wonder how that's gonna end. You glance over at the others, who already seem distracted by Penelope's poodle stories. Ezekiel most of all. Is this the part where we just rush everybody into a romantic relationship so it's one great big happily ever after? Because I feel like we could have done more setup, but whatever. And that's how I taught Morgana to carry a purse in her paws. Oh my goodness. That's just like the technique Binet suggests in her book on the canine mind. Dog nerds. I love it. Ezekiel seems a lot more relaxed around Penelope. Maybe this could be your chance to get to know him better. Get his support before he makes up his mind about leaving. I feel like he thinks his mind is made up for him, which is part of the problem. Luckily, I've got some experience in this department. Reference Hannah Lee. This is your chance to pick what drink you'll serve at your wedding, and get an advantage with Ezekiel. Well then. So, do we want to stay for a drink with Shamar and our friends for 15 diamonds, or head back to the chateau? Well, yes, I'm running a bit low, but we're still gonna do it. Let's do it. I'm a sucker. You turn back to the rest of the group with a grin. I say, bring out the wine. Yay! Oh my goodness. Let's get this party started! Oh god. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Alexa, play Despacito. As the sun goes down, you and your friends settle in at the table, which is on fire in the middle, and I love it, while Ezekiel brings out an assortment of the winery's finest bottles. Would it be alright if my poodles stay too? I damn well hope so. Where's Oliver? Of course, they're family, aren't they? I'm not gonna turn away family. Oh my god, I think she's gonna love you. Kiara and Zeke have a fun, teasing sibling relationship. Me and my brother end up communicating in weird sounds, funny videos, and physical fighting. I mean, yeah, that's been the overall trend that I've seen from the siblings that I know. Having no siblings, cannot say how I would be. I can only say that given my family's history, that's a good thing. But yeah, like, they're cute, and they're not like, it's not like a toxic relationship, which I'm very pleased to see. Thank you. That's very kind of you. You sound surprised. Yeah, well, Madeline was a jackass, so I am. We just met, but you understand how much these two mean to me. And you're so nice. It's rarer than you might think. Oh, poor Penelope. Well, it shouldn't be. No, it shouldn't. Actually, I rustled up a few treats for them if you don't mind me spoiling your dogs. Ruff, ruff, woo! They're so happy. Look at it. Well, how could I say no when they're so excited? Ezekiel kneels down to offer a dog biscuit to each of the poodles. Where is Oliver? Is he just stuck on the train with our horse? What happened to our horse? Seriously, I'm concerned now. While they're munching on the biscuits, he pats their heads, grinning. Pavlovian conditioning is the fastest way to any dog's heart. I don't think you need Pavlov to make them like you. Maybe, but it'd be mean to make them watch us drink without some treats of their own. Hey, speaking of watching us drink, what about us humans? Oh, right, sorry, for the humans. Ezekiel's priorities. They're cute. Ezekiel sets a glass in front of each of you and begins pouring a white wine. Here, this one is my mom's favorite. So we are going to taste the Chardonnay. Drinking in the game. Take a drink. Nice. Notes of pear and apricot, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Oliver's the corgi. Yeah. That's right. Our oak wine barrels are sourced straight from France. You wouldn't normally think a wood barrel would make the wine taste fruity, but because of the barrel aging process, it allows for the addition of flavor compounds. This is clearly someone who just Googled it and, put it in the book. I love it. Sorry. I have a tendency to ramble. Yes, notes of pear and apricot. He's such a nerd. I love it. He tops up everyone's glasses. He tops off. You top off a glass. Okay. Very elegant with hints of caramel. This wine is exquisite. I'll have to purchase a case if you'll let me. Oh, I think you're going to have to fight Joel, my dude. They normally sell for $600 a bottle, but for you, King Shamar, it's free. Okay. Mom will be over the moon when I tell her you all enjoyed it. Oh, good. Yes, you're enjoying it, aren't you, Drake? He's gonna try, I'm sure. Of course, I'm tasting a lot of notes of, wood. Leather. Tannins? Oh my god. Okay. Tannins? Leather? This is a Chardonnay. Yeah, what's your point? He tastes what he tastes. I appreciate the thought, Drake, but you'd usually use those terms with a red wine. Hey, he tastes what he tastes. Shut up. Stop being snobs. God, I hate that. Oh, yeah, no. Stop it. Ugh! Okay. We're used to Drake embarrassing us. Take a goddamn drink. Oh my god, Olivia. I'll smack you. I didn't mean... Drake, we can say, don't feel bad. You'd feel more at home at a whiskey tasting, wouldn't you? Or, tannins? I'm so embarrassed for you right now. Take a drink. Being judgy as shit. He's actually trying here is why I'm upset. So, Drake, don't feel bad. There's way more to life than memorizing wine notes, no matter what anyone says. Olivia raises an eyebrow, but she doesn't retort, because I'm the future queen, bitch. It's right. Me. Thanks, Roth. Hey, it's okay. I know a thing or two about putting your foot in your mouth. One time, I called the Slovakian ambassador the Slovenian ambassador, and Kiara's never let me forget it. Yeah. I only got the hang of wine terms after our backyard literally became a vineyard. I mean, fair. You live with it. Personally, I've always thought we can say each bottle of wine is unique and delicious in its own way. You get what you pay for, or it's all just glorified grape juice. Actually, research suggests that you can make cheap wine taste pretty damn good just by sticking it in a blender and aerating it. So, each bottle of wine is unique and delicious in its own way. At least it works for red wine. It's true. Even the least expensive bottles of wine have their own distinct flavors. Least expensive? When have you ever had anything less than top shelf, Your Highness? You know cheap wine is only $1 or $2 a bottle. I'm sorry, where are you finding wine that's only $1 or $2 a bottle? The cheap wine around here, and where I am we have some vineyards but not a lot. Cheap wine around here is like, $5 a bottle. Not tons, but also, what are the units of currency in Cordonia? Are they seriously diamonds? What would they say dollars? I know they're doing this because blah blah American audiences, the US dollar is accepted in a lot of places, whatever, but, yeah. Really? Oh. Well? I suppose you're right. How about a sparkling wine? We made this one in the traditional champagne style. That's right, you can't call it champagne unless it's actually from the Champagne province. I think it's province. So, it's sparkling wine. It's champagne. It's champagne. Shh. Taste the sparkling wine. I do like a nice dry sparkling wine. It's good. A moment like this calls for a proper toast, if you ask me. Agreed. Let's see what Cordonia's newest Duchess has to say. Oh, this is that lesson we did on Friday. Okay. Alright. Can we timed? No. Okay. Let's toast to good friends and good wine, making the most of our time together, or Olivia finally joining our lovable band of misfits. Now, you're supposed to, compliment the hosts and shit, so good friends and good wine. Hear, hear. Cheers! You all clink glasses and drink. I love it! Oh yeah, drinking in the game. Take a drink. This one's always been my favorite. Looks like you two have more than just the love of your animals in common, then. Penelope blushes and turns to her poodles. Yeah. You two are having fun too, aren't you? Aroo! Ezekiel pours the next tasting. I guess I didn't do that well because I didn't get any points for anything. So we are going to take the old... I don't know if they say this as Vine or Vina. I think it's probably Vina. Old Vina Zinfandel. It's a Zin. No, nobody cares. You saved the best for last. You like it? This wine would easily sell for $2,000 or $3,000 a bottle. Oh my god. And I'm drinking it. That's, wow. You should be on Jeopardy. She should. Hannah, we can say, I didn't know you were secretly a sommelier. Or, how can you tell all of that from just one sip? I didn't know you were secretly a sommelier. Oh, hardly. Yeah, hardly like she's hardly good at anything. Mm-hmm. I get it. You've had training. Aside from being a necessary courtly skill, my mother also thought it was particularly important. She had a saying, when it comes to wealth, suitors may boast and lie to you, but wine, diamonds, and stock options will always tell the truth. I mean, she's not wrong, especially since there are a lot of things that are much rarer and more expensive and less bloody than diamonds. But, just saying. Your mom sounds intense. Yeah, so's her dad. She was probably joking about the bank accounts part, right? No, she was not. Knowing my mother, not likely. So, you're pretty much a wine expert? I suppose you could say that. I bet you've tried every kind of wine there is. Probably. You know, it's funny how people are all a little bit like wine. Oh, we're going here now. We've had some wine, clearly. We haven't said we drank, but let's drink anyway. Oh, really? Yes. For instance, Shamar would be a very respectable old Wiener Zinfandel. Smooth and sweet. Drake would be a bold Cabernet Sauvignon. Thanks? Yeah, sure. Olivia would be... not playing. Too late. Okay, skipping Olivia. Penelope would be a sweet Riesling. And Maxwell would be, kind of a fun and light. So Maxwell is the wine spritzer of the group? Yes, he is. Woohoo! I love it. I love it. And what about me? You'd be a bubbly champagne because you light up any gathering. Aww. I'm gonna count that as her calling us pretty. Take a drink. The sentiment's the same. And Ezekiel? Well, we've only just met, but I'd say a sophisticated meritage. Ouch, a blend? Ooh, yeah, that kind of might have come off as a little insensitive. Because you seem so proper one moment, but you've obviously got a soft spot for animals. Not many nobles wear their affections so openly. Ezekiel blushes. I shouldn't, really. It's just... I love animals. I'd spend all day hanging out with them if I could. Oh, yeah, I remember Quinn kind of saying something like that in Endless Summer. Yeah. Yeah, might be those 6 playthroughs getting to you, Echo. Endless Summer, yeah, it broke my heart, but, also was way more engaging than I honestly expected it to be, because I had no idea what it was. I thought it was just I thought it was a one-off, actually. I didn't even know it was a trilogy at the time. So, yeah. Don't you have any pets? I wish. You never know when a guest might be allergic, and Dad wants all our visitors to feel at home here. Aw, yeah, I get that. I spent months showing him ads for hypoallergenic cats, but you can see how that turned out. Well, there technically is no such thing as a hypoallergenic cat, spoken as a person who is deathly allergic to cats. I do really well with allergy meds, though. No matter what your dad says, there's nothing wrong with, we can say, being a fan of animals or being yourself. Let's go for the gusto here. There's nothing wrong with being yourself. Ezekiel smiles ruefully. You try telling that to a lifetime's worth of familial expectations. I've literally done it, dude. I can do it again. I'm gonna do this all day. I'm sorry, Ezekiel. I know what that's like. Yeah, tell him, Hannah. I'll figure something out. But thanks. For what? For caring? Most people don't. Yeah, everyone in Cordonia is a fucking asshole. We've had a lot of guests here, and it's usually the same old thing. They try to impress us with their worldly knowledge, they compliment the wine, but they're so busy trying to look important or convince us of something that they don't take the time to get to know us. Yeah, which means they suck at diplomacy. Seriously. But you're different. I'd heard you would be. Yeah, that's me. Different. We got a point. I'm not 100% sure what it was, but if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. I will. As the evening draws to a close, everyone begins to clear out, but you see Shamar standing at the railing, all quiet and pensive like, silhouetted against the evening stars. I don't know. You make your way over, and the two of you gaze out across the moonlit rows of vines. I'm glad I could share this moment with you, Kira. Me too. There was a time when I didn't think we'd get any more moments like this. I know. First with the threats at your coronation, then with the assassination attempt. At the very least, each catastrophe has made me realize how important these moments are. How important you are, Kira. Yeah, keep telling me how important and pretty I am. I know that we've agreed to make our wedding a public event for rallying Cordonia's allies and people. Yeah, here's where you get to find out that sometimes people have more than one wedding event for political and then personal reasons. But part of me wishes that it could just be the two of us, with no one else to distract us. With you, I could never be distracted, except when ninjas jump out of the wall and try to kill me. Shamar wraps his arms around you and pulls you close as you both stare at the starry sky. Aww. If I may be so bold, perhaps we should buy a few hundred bottles of your favorite wine here. Oh my god. Wow, okay. A few hundred? I can never drink all of those. I mean, how much do you think our wedding guests will drink, Shamar? You're gonna have a few hundred people there, honey. Not just for our wedding. I've heard that smell and taste are two of the strongest senses tied to memories. I mean, yes, but also they pretty much all are, so... I'm so happy right now. I can't think of anything better than tasting this wine at our wedding. And thinking back on this blissful moment alone with you. Aww. But even more than that, in what I hope are many, many happy years to follow, we can open a bottle and remember not just this night, but our wedding night as well. You sly dog. See what you're doing. Aw, Shamar. You wrap your arms around Shamar. I should, so we can sneak a quick kiss or say goodnight. Kissing's an option. Take a drink. And you know the house rule that I don't always follow, but I'm gonna follow this time. We kiss the prince. We sneak a quick kiss. With Shamar's face only inches away from yours, you lean in for a gentle kiss. Why is he surprised? We're like standing here under the moonlight. You're busy talking about our wedding night and being all romantic and like nostalgic and soft and sweet, and we've had lots of wine. Yeah, we're gonna kiss you. What? Shamar smiles and kisses you back. Now this really has been a memorable night. We're apparently a really good kisser. Kira, not to interrupt, but I think everyone's heading back to the chateau? Yes, Penelope, that's the idea. Go. Oh, of course. Before we go, did you like anything we tried tonight? I thought we established that you're buying a few hundred bottles. I assume you mean the wines. Yes, those. See any particular vintage you'd want to serve at our wedding? Maybe for the first toast? We're gonna go with the sparkling wine for the first toast. It sounds perfect. I won't forget. It's not every day I get to nerd out about wine with nice guests. This was fun. So we sampled the local wines with Ezekiel and our friends. I'll drink to that. Thank you for sharing all of this with us, Ezekiel. Oh, yeah, of course. Anytime. Mm-hmm. You and your friends gather up your things and head back to the main house. I've come across the strange pink floating ball with a face in my mind shaft. So you found Kirby! I assume. Later that night, after a quiet dinner, you find Penelope searching the sitting room. He shoots fire aboard! You found Kirby on a bad day. I'm sorry. That's delightful. Okay. You find Penelope searching the sitting room. Okay. Where could you be? Uh-oh, we lost the puppers! She ducks down to look under the couches, then stands back up, sighing. Did you lose an earring? I wish. I was looking at some fashion plates in the library, and I lost track of time. When I turned around, Merlin and Morgana were gone. It's not like them to wander off on their own, and Morgana was limping a bit earlier. You haven't seen them, have you? No, been smooching my fiancé. No, but we can say you should call 911 or dogs wander off sometimes. Oh my god, I don't like either of these because one is a complete overreaction and the other is dismissive. Like, dogs wander off sometimes. No, your dogs could, have wandered off a cliff. They'd have to be really dumb, but they could have. Or, let's call the police. Echo is not having a good day over here. He brought buddies. Oh dear. Good luck. I wish you good fortune in your battle against the pink fire spitting things in your mine shaft. I guess I'm gonna kind of side with Penelope. You should call 911. Or whoever you call for emergencies in Europe. If Oliver went missing, I'd burn this whole place down to find him. Yeah, where is he? I thought about contacting the authorities, but if the police come, the sirens might scare them into hiding. Oh my god, okay. They've always had sensitive ears. That's the most adorable thing you've told me about them, and your dogs wear haute couture. Maybe I could help you search instead. Well, 2 pairs of eyes would be better than 1. Come on! We can't leave those pups wandering around on their own. You search the house through and through, but turn up no sign of Penelope's poodles. Finally, the 2 of you head outside. You find Ezekiel sitting on the front steps, tying a strip of gauze around one of Morgana's front paws. A strip of gauze around the front paws. Sorry. That's not too tight, is it? Let me know if it feels okay. Merlin nudges his sister with his snout, his gaze inquiring. She tentatively puts some weight on the paw. Okay, it worked, okay. You found them! Oh my goodness. She rushes over and gives each poodle a hug. Is Morgana gonna be okay? Good as new. Poor girl got a thorn stuck under her metacarpal pad, but it was easy to get out with a pair of forceps, which I had, just sitting around, as you do. You carry emergency tweezers around with you? I mean, some people do. You don't? Ezekiel, you're an awfully talented dog whisperer for an heir to a ducal estate. I guess the cat's out of the bag. Or the dog. Yeah, this is where we do the character development for if you didn't do the diamond choice. I was serious when I said I always liked animals. When Dad wanted me to get involved in international outreach, I picked the World Wildlife Fund on the spot. Hannah's dad's got a soft spot for endangered species if you're looking to raise money. Well, it's not just that. I mean, conservation is a big deal. But what I really want is to be a veterinarian. Aww. Well, that can't have been easy for him to admit. This could be my chance to get through to him. I'm barely alive, but still alive. Ezekiel, that'd be perfect for you. All I did was take out a thorn, Kira. I'd have to go back to school, spend years in training. So, it's not like you don't have money. Which honestly sounds like a dream come true, but where am I supposed to find the time? You find the time because you want to. Well, every dream has to start somewhere. If this is what you want to do, I think you'd be great at it. That's what Kiki always says. But it means more coming from someone who doesn't have to have my back. Oh, no. Siblings don't have to have your back. Ask any adult. Just giving you some honest feedback. Kira's right. You'd be an amazing vet. Ezekiel smiles at Penelope, and there's a hint of a blush on his cheeks. Aww. That's, thanks. It means a lot. Too bad my parents don't feel the same way. Kiara's got the whole diplomatic legacy handled. Why do they care if you want to do something different? Well, they always care. Oh, they're super proud of her, don't get me wrong. She could drop a plate on an ambassador's foot and they'd be all, what an excellent display of Newton's first law. Oh. They've just always expected both of us to follow in Dad's footsteps. Oh, honey. I'm the heir to the estate. Me becoming an accomplished diplomat is one thing. Running off to vet school? Very different story. Yeah, this is the problem with the patriarchy. Okay? Kiara could very easily inherit the estate, but no, it has to be the man. Whatever. Well, we can say sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, which, they're your parents, they should want you to be happy. Or, is there any way you can have the best of both worlds? Okay, so what I want to do is the best of both worlds answer. But I don't know if that comes across as really supporting Ezekiel. But, so I'm gonna go with they're your parents, they should want you to be happy. Have you tried, talking to them about it? Ezekiel twiddles his thumbs. In my head, like 100 times. Out loud? Not yet. Well, it might not be as bad as you think. You won't know until you give it a shot. Kiara never told me you had this awful habit of being right. Really? 'Cause I feel like that's one of the first things you should know about me. Oh, supportive points. That's what they are. Okay. Yeah, well, I like to keep my superpowers under wraps. Ezekiel sighs. I guess it doesn't matter now. We leave for the Alps in 2 days, and my German's way too rusty for me to volunteer at an animal shelter over there. So? Immersion's part of how you learn languages. Not much of a chance to do anything about it until we get back. Your parents might be leaving, but you could stay. We can say, and do the brave but hard thing. Or, and help your sister stick up for Cordonia. I feel like leveraging more family obligations here is not a good idea. So, you could stay and do the brave but hard thing. I get it, you know. Change is scary. Not to mention standing up to family, your own or otherwise. But family, your own or other. What? What otherwise? But sometimes, for the things you really care about, you have to take leaps of faith. Ezekiel shakes his head, but he's smiling. Man, is stubborn optimism what got you this far in Cordonia? Yes. Yes, it is. So, yep, that got us another point. Okay. It didn't hurt. So, what do you think? Ezekiel hesitates, mulling the options over in his mind. You know what? I will stay. Aha! We win! Like a friend's family. Okay, but like, that's still, I don't know. That's still odd to me to frame that as like, oh, it's hard to stand up to your friend's family. I don't know. It's an odd point to try to make.
Really? Aww.
Yeah. As soon as the festival's over, I'm gonna talk to Mom and Dad. All right, Ezekiel, go get it. I might be their heir, but that can mean what I want it to mean. Doctorate of veterinary medicine included. Damn straight.
That's the spirit.
And when you and Shamar get this wedding of yours going, you know, in the next decade, I'll be there. Excellent. All right, so Ezekiel agreed to attend your wedding. Thanks, Ezekiel. Every bit of support really counts. Please, you two. My friends call me Zeke. Excellent. And it's the least I can do after that pep talk. Kiara's been trying to talk me up to this for years. Yeah, well, sometimes you do need to hear it from someone who's not family. I know a thing or two about getting people to follow their dreams. Yeah, we do. Back inside the chateau, Penelope stretches and yawns. Kirby gave you a strange bun. I wonder what that's gonna lead to after he, like, spit fire at you and called his friends. Okay. Back inside the chateau, Penelope stretches and yawns. It's way past these poodles' bedtime. Come on, you two! Let me walk you to your room. This place can be a real labyrinth at night. Yeah, I'll bet it can. Ezekiel escorts her upstairs to her room. You can hear their voices drifting away from you. Zeke's a really cute nickname. It's pretty standard for Ezekiel, actually. You can thank Kiki for that one. As you watch them go, someone chuckles behind you. Scared the hell out of me. They seem to be getting along well. Hey, you! Shamar, you're up late. I wanted to see how you were holding up with Kiara's family. They're, we can say, way nicer than I expected, or a lot to handle. Really not that much to handle. They're way nicer than I expected. Madeline made them sound like tedious politicians, but they're actually nice. And I think I'm friends with Ezekiel now. I'm glad to hear it. This festival tomorrow, I know there's a lot riding on it. For us and for Cordonia. If you're not too tired, I thought we could sample some of the delicacies that'll be on display. I could offer Cordonia's future queen a private lesson on worldly dining. And who knows? Maybe we'll find a food we both love enough to serve at our wedding. There's a sparkle in his eyes as he looks at you. He wants to feed me. I'm all for this. So, we can join Shamar for a private food tasting for 16 diamonds or get some sleep. Like I said, I'm a sucker. He wants to feed me. I'd like that. Then follow me right this way. He offers you his arm and you take it, smiling. Shamar leads you across the study. Against the far wall, tasting portions of various dishes have been laid out on a banquet table. So if we'd have said no, all this food literally would have gone to waste. I'm just saying. I asked the kitchen to prepare us the best my country has to offer. We have delicacies from the farthest corners of Cordonia. Some of the dishes will be new to you. I hope they'll be to your liking. When it comes to trying new food, we can say, I usually prefer the tried and true, I'll try anything once, or I'm up for everything. I'll try anything once. How can you know what you love if you don't expand your horizons every once in a while? A worthy question. Besides, it all looks so good, and it smells amazing. Where do we begin? Wherever you would like. You both survey the options on the banquet table, and your eyes alight on a platter of freshly baked bread rolls. Bleh. Wanna break some bread with me, Shamar? Of course. Traditionally, these are served as hors d'oeuvres with apple butter. The chefs must have left us a dish somewhere. So we are going to take a Cordonian roll with apple butter. Num num num. Sounds good. He offers you a ramekin of butter as you each take a roll. The bread's crust gives way to luxuriously fluffy dough, perfect for dipping in sweet apple butter. Yum. You know, there's a reason so many diplomatic meetings take place over dinner. Yes, you don't want people hangry while they're negotiating. Besides the delicious food? Yes, psychology. That part doesn't hurt. But no matter who you are or where you come from, there's one thing we all have in common. Everyone has to eat. Breaking bread with a stranger, he holds up his roll, is a chance to find common ground, to understand one another better. So that's what you meant about lessons in worldly dining. Indeed. As Queen of Cordonia, you'll often be invited to partake in the local fare of different duchies and countries. Food is more than just a setting at the table. It's history, a way of life, a different perspective. For instance, this drink is quite popular in the north. It originated in Lithikos. You step up to the table, and Shamar lifts up 2 mugs of a hot drink. So, Olivia would be very familiar with this one. Naturally. It isn't the life essence of her vanquished enemies, is it? Okay. I see she's made quite an impression on you. It's very similar to an eggnog, but it might be different than what you're accustomed to. Yeah, like caviar with paprika on metal spoons? Kinda different? So we are going to take a glass of the Lithico Snug. This is drinking, so take a drink. Num num. You sniff the aromatic drink, gathering in the heavy scent of butter and cinnamon. You take a sip. Whoa, that's strong and savory. Or you could just be in it to get free or low-priced food from a date you don't want to be on. I mean, it's true. It's true. I've done it. It's so thick and rich. I don't think I could finish the whole thing and still have room for more. As it has to be. Since Lithicos is colder than the rest of Cordonia, many of its foods are much richer. Lithicos carries its story in this drink. The harsh winters, the dark nights. You can imagine curling up with a mug of this around a fire. In a way, the tastes of foods can tell a story if you know what to look for, and if you're able to keep an open mind. If I were snowed in during a blizzard, we can say I'd live off of this stuff, or I'd still prefer a mocha. You could probably live off this stuff, actually. There are folk tales of Lithicos citizens surviving long winters thanks to this drink. That might be an exaggeration, but you can see why it's such a staple there. I can't believe Olivia held out on us when we visited her place. She owes me a barrel of Lithicos nog. That's a debt I'd like to see you collect. Damn right you would. What's the next stop on our culinary tour? From Lithicos, we're heading west. This style of charcuterie board is popular along the western border, which is, 3 miles away. So this is elk carpaccio. I have some news for them about where elk is from, but whatever. Actually, it's moose whatever. You pair some of the thinly sliced meat with a crumbly cheese. It's a stunning mix of savory, sharp, and creamy flavors. Wow! It's simple, but it packs a flavor punch. What do you think this dish says about the people who made it? It says, we can say they hate vegetables. They have amazing taste, or they're proud of the food they make. I'm gonna go with that last one. They're proud of the food they make. This isn't about nutrition. It's about showcasing their meats and cheeses. I bet they've been curing meat this way for generations. 8 generations, to be exact. This type of platter is often served to guests to welcome them with the best that the region has to offer. So if I tell a host that I like it, I'm not just complimenting the meal, I'm complimenting their home. You're a natural at dinner diplomacy. I'd expect no less from my fiancé. Hey, I've got to keep up with you somehow. For our next stop, we have a main course from Eastern Cordonia. He offers you a plate of roasted duck on a bed of mashed potatoes. You both sit down on the nearest couch to tuck into the meal. So this is glazed duck and garlic potatoes. Num num. The meat is exquisitely roasted, and the berry garnishes add a touch of sweetness, but the potatoes are bitter, almost sour. That's, unique. Sometimes you'll be served a dish you don't expect. I admit it's not a personal favorite of mine, but diplomacy is rarely about your personal likes or dislikes. You have to consider the person at the table with you and try to experience things from their point of view. Take this, for instance. There must be a reason why so many Cordonians enjoy it. Why do you think that is? It's because we can say there's apple hidden in there somewhere. They grew up with it. Or some people love suffering. By the way, that was actually 2 apple references, so take 2 drinks. The only good answer here is, excuse me, is they grew up with it. That's right. Sometimes the only difference between one person's worst meal and someone else's favorite is familiarity. One man's sour is another man's sweet. Exactly. Keep that perspective in mind and you'll be 10 steps ahead of many dignitaries I've known. Being a polite guest is only half the battle, however. Hosting your own events is another challenge entirely. Let's say we were back in New York and a group of ambassadors wanted to visit you. What would you serve for dinner? How about we can say New York pizza or food from their home countries? So, here's the thing though, like, they're coming to visit us, right? So shouldn't we therefore serve them food from our country? Even though I feel like the answer they're going for here is food from their home countries. I'm gonna go with that. Food from their home countries? New York's got food from all over the world. Give me internet access in 10 minutes and I can find something to suit any palate. Oh, very considerate of you. Every guest you host will have their own tastes, but if there's real generosity behind the meal, that will go a long way. Seriously? Even if your host serves something that you hate? It certainly helps. You're being diplomatic. Surely in all his travels, the King of Cordonia has been offered at least one inedible meal. Well, you know how people joke about burning salads? It's funny because it's impossible. About that. That's what I thought until I was served a blackened salade niçoise at a fundraising gallery. That is the saddest food story I've ever heard, and Maxwell made me try one of his avocado toast smoothies. Oh my god, that sounds absolutely foul. Shamar grimaces. I try to forget those ever happened. But I'm curious, Kira. What would you have done if you'd been offered that salad instead of me? I would... If I went to visit some fancy diplomats and they served me pizza, I would never leave. Yeah, see, that's where it's dangerous. So I would, we can say, eat it anyway like a champ, ask to change my order, or empty my plate into the nearest planter. Cause, like, here's me going, like, on the one hand, maybe they would value your honesty in that, you know, you're saying, hey, this isn't really my taste. Or, you should, like, eat it basically to be polite. Because empty your plate into the nearest planter is not the answer. I think we're gonna eat it anyway. Why not? Really? You would have eaten the rock-hard tuna fillet, the roasted lettuce leaves, the crispy eggs. A. Oh, don't make me regret this. I just want you to understand what you're getting into. Nope, my choice is made. I will suffer through this imaginary meal with dignity. Shamar chuckles. That's more than I managed at the time. Yeah, see, there's a difference here, Shamar. You're a man. Okay? Like, I'm sorry, but, women, by dint of the way we're expected to be, you don't always feel comfortable speaking up at moments like that. And so, yeah, we learn to suffer through some shit. Like, the privilege of saying, hey, I don't like this is very much a white thing and very much a white male thing. Taking the extra step. I might have dumped the food into a planter. Okay. No. Shamar holds up his hands, chuckling. It was years ago and I panicked. I'm just lucky no one found the evidence. Oh, someone did. It's comforting to know that even kings and crown princes get nervous at fancy dinner parties. There's a reason people always serve plenty of drinks at them. Yeah. You set your plate down and survey the table behind you. Between the warm crackle of the study's fire and the many foods you've sampled, you feel comfortable and content. Is that it for our tour then? Did I pass the lesson? With flying colors. I think my instructor might be a little biased. It's hard not to be impressed by the woman I love. Aww. But anyone would be a fool not to see how capable you are. He reaches up to brush his fingers against your cheek. You smile, and he leans in to kiss you. Now, last but not least, I hope you saved room for dessert. Dessert, huh? He ducks out of the room for just a moment and returns with a tray delicately balanced in his hands. Chocolate souffle. Yum yum. You take a spoonful of fluffy souffle. It's light and airy as a cloud, and mixed in with the chocolate, you taste bright cherries and a hint of almond. Yum. This one takes the cake. Pun fully intended. I asked the chef to add a secret ingredient, a splash of cherry brandy. Excellent, I love it even more. What's the lesson there? Always have a culinary trick up your sleeve? No lesson, just a treat I've been hoping to share with my fiancé. Although there is an old saying that this dish can win over someone's heart. You've already done that, Shamar. It never hurts to be sure. No, you don't stop dating someone just because you think you have them, because you don't have anyone. You know, if you like the souffle, we could serve something like this at our wedding. Yes. Thinking about wedding cakes already? I didn't know you had a sweet tooth. Ever since you said yes that day in New York, it's hard not to think about our wedding day. Aww. Shamar, we can say, I demand souffle at this wedding, or else. Or, if you like it, let's put it on the menu. I mean, we already get the wine, so this sounds like a good, negotiation, especially since we like this anyway. If you like it, let's put it on the menu. I'm happy as long as you're happy, though I reserve the right to make executive decisions about cake. That seems only fair. Souffle and cake don't have to be mutually exclusive options. It's true. Is dessert the only wedding tradition you're looking forward to? Not at all. They're seeing you in your wedding dress, the dinner, of course. And I thought our wedding night went without saying. Yeah, I'm sure it does. He smiles warmly at you. Shamar, we can say, get over here so I can kiss you. Or, I had a great time tonight. Yeah, kissing's an option, take a drink. Yeah, and we've been kissing him already, so we're gonna kiss him some more, why not? Get over here so I can kiss you. Your wish is my command. The souffles are momentarily forgotten as Shamar leans toward you, lifting one hand to cup your cheek as his lips meet yours. You taste like chocolate. Sorry, I'm being goofy here. Oh, so that's what you were going for. You're damn right. Getting all the chocolate. Num num. It's not the only thing. You pull him into another kiss and feel him smile against you. After you part, he laughs happily. I mostly just missed kissing you. Yeah, here's our soulmate's point. So did I. He meets your eyes as a flash of heat passes between you. And then his lips are on yours again, his hands tangling in your hair. Wow, okay. Literally anyone can walk in right now, but sure. You grasp the lapels of his jacket and pull him closer. reveling in the pressure of his body against yours, the touch of his lips. Shamar. Yeah, that sounds like a swoon. Take a drink.
Someone's starving for kisses.
As your hands begin to explore the hem of his shirt, you hear him groan, but slowly and ever so reluctantly he pulls away.
We are almost in public, young lady.
I hate to say it, but Kiara's sitting room isn't the best place for this. I mean, fair. We're staying with a family of diplomats. I bet they'd be discreet about it. Shamar smiles at you, chuckling.
No, not the weeds, your poor corn. I'm sorry.
I'd rather not strain their hospitality. And as much as I want to spend all night by your side, I can't in good conscience keep you up any longer. Or keep you up any later.
Right, big day tomorrow.
So we sampled some delicious foods with Shamar. I'll see you at the gallery opening? Of course. Though I doubt any of the art there could surpass your beauty.
Yeah, you charmer.
Shamar kisses your hand, and you both head off through the chateau to find your rooms. You come downstairs the next morning to find Hakim talking to a pale and panicked Francesco. Calm down, Francesco. Breathe. Should I call a doctor? I'll be alright. But, Hakim... Just tell us what happened. Francesco takes a shaky breath and runs a hand through his hair. I went for a walk to the gallery to make sure everything was ready for today. But there's been a terrible disaster. Uh-oh. Terrible disaster? Is the art festival ruined, along with your chance to unite Cordonia? Find out in the next chapter. That sounds like a good place to stop and pick up on Friday, so... yeah, I should be around, about here, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Pacific, over on twitch.tv/aromanticace. With Chapter 8, we will find out what kind of disaster could have befallen an art festival between the time that we, went to bed last night and now. So that'll be fun. But yeah, hopefully we don't have art assassins now in addition to apple assassins and actual assassins. So till then, catch you later.